What's up, everybody? How's it going? So I got a video for you today. I tried shooting a couple days ago and it didn't work out, so I took it down and I'm gonna redo it. I had too many of these and was acting like a fool. So I decided to make a video about death metal albums from 1994, and kind of been going through this a little bit. I was going to do 91 and 92 soon. This one is a little bit easier because I don't have that much from 94. I think I picked out 20 albums. I'm missing several, like Edge of Sanity, Purgatory Afterglow, and Infester, and a couple of bands like that. But I have some really cool ones here. Some really mainstream death metal bands and several underground. So in the background we're listening to Gorment, The Ending Quest, and this is a Swedish death metal band. If you don't know, released this album in 1994. Everything on my show is 94. This is probably my favorite Swedish death metal album from that year. I have several here, I believe. I think 2 or 3 more, but man, this fucking album right here is a goddamn masterpiece. Was listening to Human Relic. I fucking love this bell that's in that one part where you just heard, and love the vocals on this album. The guitar tone's really kind of brutal, let me say that. And what I really do like about this album, it kind of sounds Finnish in a way as well. It has a Finnish kind of tone to it. In fact, when I first heard this album, I thought it sounded like Funeral Breath. But great one. So I'm gonna post links in the description below if you don't know some of these. So several of these you will know, but this is a freaking fantastic death metal album from 94. So I have 10 vinyl records and 10 CDs I'm gonna show. So I'm gonna kind of go flip back and forth between the two. I'm gonna get this pillow out of the way, and let's go to Slovakia with Dementor. This is The Church Dies, which is an absolute freaking gem. Very hidden gem I don't ever see anybody really talk about. I think I seen Trevor on Fumes of Hatred showed a CD. Maybe Brian Arkham showed a CD. But this is a freaking masterpiece. It's very brutal, kind of in the vein of maybe Sinister and Diabolical Summoning. I think that's what it was. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. It has that kind of tone to it. The vocalist kind of reminds me of the guy from Demigod, Slumber of Souling Eyes. He has that kind of vocal pitch, very guttural. Man, the guitar work in this is freaking fantastic. The guitarist is awesome. The bass player in this is very good too. This is actually the first death metal album I ever heard that had freaking slap bass in it. There's some slap bass in it. Very favorite tracks on this is Mortal Melody. I love that. Robbed After Death, Rotten God, Darkness, Discoveries of Catastrophe, I guess. But yeah, this is a killer freaking album from 1994. Very underrated gem that hardly nobody ever talks about. Fantastic. Slovakia. Killer one. I'm not sure what that record label is. I never could pronounce that. But killer one. It's fuck, I can't. Fucking killer one. Dementor. The Church Dies. Let's go to Incantation. Released this masterpiece in 1994. More Throne of the Nazarene. Of course, I got Farm Throne of the Apocalypse, which was basically the same album. This one was released in 95, but I kind of included them both. I have this one on vinyl as well. Don't have this one on vinyl, but Incantation, More Throne of the Nazarene is a freaking masterpiece. I really dig Chuck Pillard's vocals on this. It's probably their Onward to Golgotha is fucking awesome, but god dang, this follow-up was killer. I prefer this production over this production, but still, at the same time, they have their place. Some days I like this one a little bit more. It has that artwork, of course, from this. Cool fucking shit. One of my favorites. So more Throne of the Nazarene. Put this off to the side. Another record. So Banished is the next one with Deliver Me Into Pain, which Banished, if you don't know, I've talked about before, is bafflement. The dead shall inherit. They changed their name for some reason, probably because of the German bafflement, maybe. I don't know for sure. But this is some New York brutal death metal, pretty much. Kind of sounds... It has their own sound, really. That scene was awesome. Also, there's another band, Morpheus Descends. I don't have their 94 release. But that's what this kind of has that feel of. But they do actually do two Baphomet songs on this, Valley of the Dead and what is it, Inherited Soul? Is that? No, wait, through Deviant Eyes. Deviant Eyes. This one's a killer one. Can't remember where I got this, and I can't remember who the artist is. That's just in their sleeve. It's on black wax, so I'm not going to show that. But the artist on this is a famous artist, and I forgot his freaking name. But Banished with Deliver Me Into Pain. Go back to Sweden with Vermin. This is Plunge Into Oblivion, which is kind of... Knowing they used the HM2, and it kind of sounds kind of like a demo version of... I guess Dismember a little bit. Always dug that artwork. I was so stoked when they reissued this. Excuse me. Had an Obi strip on it. Fell out, but I don't know. It has some shouty kind of vocals. Of course, the HM2 sound. Just everything that Sweden has to offer for that song, that sound. So this is an amazing album. Definitely look this one up if you don't know it. Vermin, Plunge Into Oblivion. Love the artwork too. Always have. And one of the main, I call them mainstream death metal bands. Might get kicked in the face for that, but it is true. Bolt Thrower for Victory. This album reminds me a lot of my friends and I taking a road trip through Colorado, and we drove through the Monarch Pass into the mountains, and we was playing this album literally maybe the day after it was released. And it always, every time I listen to this album, it makes me think of those days. And this is a really good freaking Bolt Thrower. It's one of my favorites. I think the Fourth Crusade and this one would probably be my favorite two Bolt Thrower albums, other than Mercenary. They kind of switch places, but favorite tracks on this is When Glory Beckons. Man, I can't fucking talk today. When Glory Beckons, Graven Image, Armageddon Bound. That track has I guess a cannon or something in the background at the very end of the track. I fucking love it. But another killer one from 1994. Let's go to Belgium with this next one. This is Exitu, Carnival of Souls. So it's hard to place where the Belgium death metal scene has its own unique sound, I always thought. This one in particular has some really good bass work, very killer freaking thrashy sounding death vocals. The drums on this kind of sound drum machiney like, but I don't think it's a drum machine, but it just has that kind of presentation. But it's probably one of my favorite Belgium death metal albums from '94. I think this is the only one I got actually. But yeah, this one's a killer one. I've talked about all these before, but this one is definitely a must get if you don't know it. Exitu, Carnival of Souls. And then another mainstream death metal album, probably the #1 death metal album from '94. It's Cannibal Corpse, The Bleeding, which I guess is one of my top 5, I guess. This one's more of a groovy death metal album, very catchy. We all know this one. My favorite tracks on this is Staring Through the Eyes of the Dead, Stripped, Raped, and Strangled, which actually, I have a bass cover of both of those tracks I should post one of these days. The Pickaxe Murders I dig, and The Bleeding, the title track. Every track on this is actually a masterpiece. So, Cannibal Corpse, The Bleeding. Mortis Scot, released as Humanity Fades in 94. You know, honest with you, I forgot where they're from. I want to say Wisconsin or Chicago or something like that, but kind of in the vein of Bafflement and Banished and different bands like that. Depiction of the Garden of Eden, yeah, with Adam and Eve on this. Another one with their bass playing is freaking killer. Love the bass work in this one. I have several Mortis Scot albums. I don't know. I haven't listened to this one in a while. I might play it tonight. So Mortis Scot as Humanity Fades. Yes. Oh yeah. Going back and forth here. Another one which I have a poster of it behind me is Gutted. I always for some reason thought this was 95. Maybe that's the year I heard it. But whenever I was looking up death metal bands of 94, this one popped up. So threw it in the mix. This is Gutted, Bleed For Us to Live, which is probably one of my favorite top 5 94 death metal releases of all time. Kind of a brutal band. I'm not sure exactly where they're from. I didn't even look that up. Probably the same area Mortis Scot is from. Has that kind of sound to it. This one is, of course, on black wax, so I won't show it, but inner sleeve with the collage. Absolutely amazing. It kind of starts off with some church organ kind of shit and goes into some heavy ass fucking music. Sins of God, I love. Nailed to the Cross, Chopped Up at the Altar. Actually, that's my favorite track, Chopped Up at the Altar. Very blasphemous, as you can tell. Flood of Blood, killer one. Gutted, Bleed For Us to Live. Going back to Sweden with Grave Solas, which is, this is the best of both worlds of Into the Grave and You'll Never See. It has kind of a mixture of both. So if I'm not in the mood for just the straightforward death metal album Into the Grave and I want a little bit more groove, like You'll Never See, and this kind of mixes both. And absolute killer. Solas, the title track is awesome. Turning Black, Judas, and Rain, or Ruin, or is it Rain? It's Rain. It's a fucking killer ass fucking track as well. I wish I had this on wax. This is the only Grave album I do not have on wax. Not much to see here, just typical shit. This is on Punishment 18 Records, I believe. It's a reissue. Yeah, Punishment 18. Grave, Solas. This one didn't show too long ago, but I'm going to show it since it's in here. Monastery with Never Dreaming. So it's another, I think it's from the Netherlands, and it's a very freaking raw death metal album. It's one of those albums not a lot of people are going to get into, but for me, I love it a lot. I think it's just one of the, I love the sound of it. It has that that feeling. If you've ever been in a death metal band or a band at all, and you listen to this, and it kind of reminds you of like a better production of a garage practice rehearsal. It's the best way. And I really dig that for that sound. But favorite tracks on this is Hung Upon the Crucifix, Shepherd of Dead Sheeps, Never Dreaming, the title track, and Aggressor, which is a actually Hellhammer cover, and I love their cover of it. So Monastery, Never Dreaming. And this one, I just kind of lined these up because I didn't show them not too long ago in the same video, but this is Gangrena, Infected Ideologies, which Gangrena is a Portuguese death metal band. So this one's one of those albums that's very technical but slow at the same time. It's the best way. The vocals are fucking killer in this. The guitar is phenomenal. I love his guitar riffs and solos in this album. Bass player is really good, and the vocals are very deep and guttural. This amazing album from 1994 right here, Gangrena, Infected Ideologies. And then another mainstream death metal band, I would say, is Cryptopsy, Blasphemy's Made Flesh, which for the longest time I wasn't really into Cryptopsy until a couple of years ago, and I started picking up their stuff. And None So Vile was the first album I heard, and then I got this one, which is their debut full length, and it's a fucking killer album. It's another one with some slap bass playing. I love the bass work in this. Vocals, of course, are fucking killer, and it's just brutal as fuck. Somebody argued with me that this is not a brutal death metal band, but I think it's a brutal technical death metal band, so fuck off. So this is a badass one. Favorite tracks on this is Abigor, Serial Messiah, I love that one. Pathological Frolic, Swine of the Cross. So many good ones on this one. And it's another one with on Black Wax. And I have that poster behind me as well. Man, listen to that. Killer doom. Okay, so next one is we'll go to Finland with Amorphous, A Tale of a Thousand Lakes, which is just simply an amazing album. It's one of my favorite ones to listen to if I smoke a left-handed cigarette, I guess I would say. I love the intro to it. It's a piano piece, and favorite tracks on this is definitely Black Winter Day, Into Hiding, The Castaway, Magic and Mayhem, every track, Forgotten Sunrise. I love the keyboards in this, and I especially love the vocals on this. It's probably some of my favorite Finnish death metal vocals. Kind of a very deep guttural, but he's not shouting it. Kind of like Chuck Pillar. Incantation is the best way to describe it. But this one actually has a Doors cover, Light My Fire. I fucking love it. Great album. It's a great fucking death metal album right here. Melodic. Next one we'll go to a couple from the Netherlands here, which I've shown several times, but Mystic Charm, Shadows of the Unknown, which is just simply amazing death doom. Probably some of the best. Female vocalist, which I talked about, and she plays some keyboard on this. She has a more black metal quality to her vocals, and then of course the guitars are very cool, doomy. It's badass. This is a badass motherfucker right here. And I actually had the original OG CD, which I of course don't have anymore. So when they reissued this on Nuclear War Now, I was so fucking stoked. Got a copy. Here it is in this video again. Mystic Charm, Beyond the Unknown, or Shadows of the Unknown. Another one is from Britain. This is Gamora, and this is called Reflections of Inanimate Matter. This is an underrated gem that nobody really talks about, it seems. I played this in a video intro probably a year ago, and I don't know, there's some thrashy moments in this, but it's predominantly death metal. Absolutely fucking badass album right here, if you don't know it. Gamora, Reflections of an Inanimate Matter. I drew a blank. Definitely look this one up. Back to the Netherlands with the Test. This is Dorval, which I showed a long time ago, and I listened to this the other night, and I forgot how good it was. This is a weird one because it's an epic. It's about planet Dorval getting attacked by aliens or something like that. I can't remember exactly what the storyline is, but amazing freaking record. I haven't talked about this album a long time, but it's got some samples in it and different things like that. I think this is the only vinyl that's not black in this whole mess, but the Death Breed demo is on this as well. I wish the whole full-length album sounded like that demo, but still doesn't take away. Still a great album. But Dorval by Test from the Netherlands. Always love that artwork too. She's got big old boobs. Okay, and then I got two more to show you. This one right here is Dying Fetus. Infatuation with Malevolence, which is basically a demo. I think this has 2 demos on it or EPs on it, but I thought I'd include it because it's just a fucking killer, brutal death metal album. I think it's their first material released. I'm not sure when this was reissued, but love my Dying Fetus. Dying Fetus is a fucking killer fucking band. But I don't know, absolutely badass album. Dying Fetus, Infatuation with Malevolence. And then the last one, I wish I had the original. I didn't learn about this band till later, and I don't have the original, so this is not the original artwork, but I'm just going to show it anyway. This is Septic Flesh with Mystic Places of Dawn, and I don't know, there's something magical about this album. I think they're from Athens, Greece, so they have that kind of Rotting Christ sound on this album, kind of. With the keyboards and all that good stuff. This one's on gold, but this one's a freaking masterpiece. Mystic Places of Dawn, the title track, is awesome. Return to Carthage, Crescent Moon, Behind the Iron Mask, I dig. Pale Beauty of the Past, Temple of the Lost Race. This is an absolute masterpiece. So I wish I had the damn original artwork. Is so much better than this this version. But I think they were trying to keep up with their times with their new artwork style. But the artwork on the other one just has that old school death metal vibe. Fucking killer. It's a little bit blackened, I guess. But this also has bonus tracks from the 1991 Temple of the Lost Race mini LP, which is fucking badass. Temple of the Lost Race is killer. Setting of Two Suns, Erebus, fucking masterpiece. But anyway, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like I said, I did shoot this a while back, and there was 3 people that commented on it. I wasn't too happy with it because I was drinking way too much beer, and it just didn't feel right, so decided to redo it, and here it is. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. You all have a good one. Later.